Hey, what's up, Hope Gang? This side Kunal. How you guys are doing? I'm doing great, and I know that कि मैं कल लाइव स्ट्रीम नहीं कर पाया था यार, उसके लिए आई एम सो सॉरी। कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बट आज मैं लाइव आ गया हूँ एंड यू गाइस विल गोइंग टू गेट सम काइंड ऑफ अमेजिंग that you will going to love as well, and you will able to see the must watch content on this particular channel. देखो अभी के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, हम अभी के लिए लाइव स्ट्रीम को चालू करते हैं और हम लाइव रिएक्शन देते हैं किसी एक वीडियो के ऊपर, एंड उस वीडियो से हम ट्राई करते हैं कि हम उस वीडियो से क्या सीख सकते हैं कि जो आगे आने वाली हमारी वीडियोस होंगी उसके ऊपर कुछ अच्छा करें। एक सेकेंड यार, हम क्या चला है, यू आर लेजी बिकॉज यू आर बोर्ड। हम ये मिस्टर बीस्ट की ये वाली वीडियो देखते हैं।
It's really three things. I work out every day, I work on main channel videos, and I work on Feastables. You're not going to be able to do this forever, but here we are. I'm 25, and I love it more than I did when I was 19.
Wait a minute, where almost every single other big creator has struggled with motivation, burnout, taking long breaks, or quitting creating altogether, MrBeast seemingly just keeps growing with no end in sight.
Some people have the personalities, like I want the pressure. Yep. It excites me, like it doesn't scare me. I'm like, I want more.
So I had to find out why. What makes him different? And I had to see if other people could access this unlimited motivation as well. Right away, I knew it couldn't be because of his job. All these other big creators have the best jobs in the world. They make millions of dollars, have millions of fans, and they get to do what they love, yet they still end up taking long breaks or slowing down after a few years. But then again, MrBeast really does love YouTube, right? It's clearly his passion, so maybe that's it. Find what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, right? But the more I thought about it, that didn't really make sense either. When MrBeast started, he was more of a classic YouTuber, making pretty simple videos.
Do what?
But now, he's more of a CEO, running an insanely complex network of channels and businesses with hundreds of employees, and he's still expanding and growing even more. So his job and daily life has completely changed, yet his motivation and passion hasn't. He clearly has a massive passion for YouTube.
I was offered $5,000 for a video, but this was when I was like 19. I was like, double it, and I'll walk outside and I'll give it to a homeless person. And they're like, no, you won't. And I was like, double it. And I was like pacing around my neighborhood for 3 hours, convincing this guy, like on the phone, just double the money. I promise the video will go viral, and I'll give it to a homeless person. I was like, $10,000 just looks better in a title. It'll get more views. I promise your app will do better. A lot of times, people, oh boy, it's like they think their videos are better than they are. Honestly, and
tell them, Jimmy, tell them.
I mean, they do that, and they have horrible friend groups because you really are like the type of YouTubers you hang around. It's getting people with the right YouTuber friend group that aren't pussies and will actually tell them when their content's bad and like actually roast it and help them get better in a nice, positive way. Basically, what I did was I somehow found these other like 4 lunatics. 3 of us were college dropouts. 1 was a high school dropout, and 1, I don't know, he just like quit his job. We all were super small YouTubers, and we basically talked every day for 1,000 days in a row and did nothing but just like hyper study like what makes a good video, what makes a good thumbnail, what's good pacing, like how to go viral. We would just get on Skype every morning, and like some days like I'd get on Skype at 7 a.m. and I'd be in the call until like 10 p.m. and then I'd go to bed, I'd wake up and I'd do it again. We'd do things like take 1,000 thumbnails and see if like there's a correlation to the brightness of the thumbnail to how many views it got. Imagine a world where it's just you working solo and you work 12 hours a day every day for like a year. And you're just grinding, you make a mistake, you learn from it, you grind, you make a mistake, you learn from it, and you do that for like a year. And then imagine a different world where you have 4 friends who are also equally grinding in something similar. Friend number 1 makes a mistake on Friday, he teaches the other 4 people. Friend number 2 makes a mistake the next week, teaches everyone. Okay. And then like you're all learning from each other's mistakes. You're all constantly studying 24/7 and downloading each other. Like after a year, you're like 2 years ahead of the guy who was just solo.
Do you frequently go that far out of your way to capture the thumbnail?
Yeah, I mean, of course, everyone should. If people don't click, they don't watch. So you want to give them something to click. Something a lot of people forget is like unsuggested on phones, thumbnails are really fucking small. So like people are editing thumbnails full blown on their computer, and when you shrink it down, you can't see it. We try to all around be above the rest. Anyone can clickbait, but do you actually like deliver on it? We say we put 100 million Orbeez in the backyard, we put 100 million Orbeez in the backyard. Your title and thumbnail set expectations. Like what you're saying is like, I like bananas. And what you need is, bananas are the best goddamn food on the planet. Like, that's the type of opinion you need. Like, you need something like, how to get 100 million views on YouTube, or not even that, that's not strong enough. You need something that makes people go, what the fuck? What the fuck did he say in that video? What the fuck? I need to know. At the very beginning of the video, to minimize drop off, you want to assure them that those expectations are being met.
If you're putting 1 million Orbeez in a pool, don't start the video with you shopping for, your mom's birthday present. At the beginning of the video, just say,
This is 100 million Orbeez. We're gonna fill this pool and this entire backyard with them. Match the expectations, and then you want to exceed them. So you want to assure people that what they clicked on is what they're getting, and then blow their mind and be like, but you're also getting even more. Anytime you say the word algorithm, just replace it with audience. The algorithm didn't like that video? No, the audience didn't like that video.
if I wasn't retaining a viewer, just wouldn't make sense for you to promote it. Why would you promote a 10-minute video that people watch on average a minute and a half?
I mean, every video, even the stupid ones, I learned something, and that's something I try to make a very big point of, is like, no matter how bad we mess up, like we sometimes have videos that have horrible retention. It's just like, as long as you learn from it, it's not the end of the world.
Every YouTuber says it. It's like, no one will ever be able to replicate my style. I gotta edit it. But newsflash, someone can. It's actually not as difficult as you think. It was good that I got a really strong foundation on how YouTube works and how the style of videos I wanted and everything before I scaled up a team, if that makes any sense. I just want to make sure that's clear, because I've seen people try to build the team without foundation and knowing how to do well. I know that if we film this video, it will do well, just because I've spent a decade of my life hyper obsessing over YouTube, and I have a good pulse on it. But if you didn't have that, then you wouldn't know. Like, you wouldn't be able to spend $4 million on a Squid Game, because you might lose $2 million, and then you can't pay your people. So of course, yeah, if I didn't have these people, I couldn't do half the stuff I do. For the last 8 or 9 years, every dollar I've made, I just spent it the next month on content. And I just did that every single month, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and here we are.
Since I was 13, there probably hasn't been a single hour that's gone by that I've been awake where I haven't thought about YouTube.
I'm just focused on making the best videos possible, period. I don't care about making money. I don't care about time. I don't care about anything. I just want to make the best videos on the planet. Literally all the algorithm does is reflect what the people want to a T. And if you deny that, you just make terrible videos and are trying to find a scapegoat. We do our videos in other languages as well. If you Google it, it's only less than 10% of the world speaks English. So 90% of the world can't even enjoy your content.
Yes.
And when I realized that, I was like, wait a minute. 90% of the world can't even watch this stuff. We just started doing this 6 months ago, and it's crazy how viral some of these videos are going.
51 million.
In Spanish, the guy who does my dubs is the same guy who dubs Spider-Man. We managed to convince him. So a lot of those comments are like, why does he sound like Spider-Man? Or is Mr. Beast Spider-Man?
To me, what's important is click-through rate, getting people to click on your video, and then average view duration, average view percentage, or just relative retention, and having them watch it. A lot of creators think click-through rate is just the title and thumbnail and did they click it, but a lot of it too is, did they enjoy your last video? Because if someone watches a video of yours and they loved it, you can bet the next time you're recommended, their chance of clicking is a lot higher.
Sometimes we're filming for 3 or 4 days, 10 hours a day, 30, 40 hours of filming plus months of setup, whereas most creators probably film for a couple hours and set up for a day.
Outside of just filming, we brainstorm video ideas, relentlessly, hours every day.
By always doing all those things, it just distinctively sets it so far apart that it's basically, in my head, it's why would you not watch it?
Viewers aren't stupid. They can tell when you half ASS, I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, a video, or if you really put in effort. And if they can tell you're putting in a lot of effort, they're going to be more likely to click on future videos. And that snowballs. And because once you build that trust, they get to a point where it doesn't matter what you upload. They just know it's high effort, and they just know it's great. And they're just conditioned just to watch because you have a good track record.
And so with filming, it's just trying to make sure we're doing everything we can, no matter how expensive it is, no matter how much time it takes, to make the best video possible.
A lot of people would, if they gave away 100 grand, they would make a huge deal about it. But sometimes we're just yeah, here's 100 grand. Thanks for watching, bye. Doing it that way makes it more fun and just more interesting. So I like to keep a little bit of it mysterious because I think that's what people enjoy.
A lot of people aren't willing to put in 10 hours days because they don't like what they're doing. So it's finding what they enjoy, because it is a long grind. You're doing for years, not months. So if you don't enjoy it, then you're gonna burn out. I just had the blessing of finding what I loved at a young age. So because to get to this level, it takes, a decade. Most people don't find what they love till their young 20s. So they'd be where I'm at in their 30s. Yeah. I just lucked out and found it when I was really young. Living your life chasing a nicer car and a bigger and bigger box to live in is kind of a dumb way to go about life. I actually, funny enough, I lived in a super below average home. And I kind of learned why famous people don't live in below average homes, because someone broke in, stole everything I owned. So I had to get a little nicer house for security reasons. But before I was robbed, my place is a little duplex, $700 a month. You get a roommate, it's $360 split. People think just because you go for views means you can't have fun, but you can pull views and you can have fun, which is what we purposely try to do.
If you're not doing something that's just inherently fun to you, you're just quit. Just give up. Like you gotta at least semi-enjoy what you're doing, or you're gonna quit long before it gets to a point where it brings in money or whatever else could be driving you. So find what you love, and then I would just hyper obsess. Make sure no one doing what you're doing is doing it better. Make sure the videos are as good as possible.
You can be motivated by more than one thing. I'm motivated because I want to support my mom and my family. I'm motivated because I want to employ my friends and help them. I'm motivated because I want to help other people. I'm motivated because I want to be a YouTuber. I feel like that's another misconception. You can have lots of things that drive you. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So there's just tons of stuff that drive me. And everything drives me to wanting to be a YouTuber, so I kind of obsess over it.
For the people that are willing to be coachable, I would say like just education. Like there is a lot of misinformation out there that like people like live and breathe by, like the weirdest stuff. I gotta upload at midnight on Wednesdays or my videos don't do well. It's like just dumb stuff like that just, they don't realize how badly they're like handicapping themselves.
Some minor tips I could give is like if somehow you could have a payoff at the end, then more people are gonna watch to the end just to see what happened.
Whichever one of these 456 people survives the longest wins 456 grand.
Cut out all dull moments, try not to over-explain things. If the camera just sits on me and I'm just talking for 20 seconds, it doesn't hold retention as well as, maybe me talking and other footage popping up.
It's much easier to get 5 million views on one video than 50,000 views on 100 videos. It takes way less effort to get 5 million views on one video.
Back then, which I think small YouTubers should do, is I would reply to every single comment. And so I think a few people caught on that I would always reply. And so some people would just be like, I wonder how long it'll take for him to reply. So that was a lot of my comments when I was smaller, but at least it kept him coming back.
In your analytics, and most of you probably know this, audience retention. You can see where people click off. Just literally go through your last 50 videos, write down where everyone clicked off, and then just don't do those things again.
But wait a minute, Mr. Beast. What if I don't know how to actually improve my average view duration? How do I know where to start? What if I'm just a noob?
Well, in order to better retain your viewers, it's first helpful to have a really deep understanding of how they experience YouTube, to put yourself in their shoes. And in this video, I explain 5 simple steps that will help you do just that. Check it out.
वीडियो है भाई, बहुत मस्त वीडियो है, आपको देखनी चाहिए. Sorry. ये वाली वीडियो, ये देखना भाई, एडिटिंग लेवल और इस बंदे का कॉन्फिडेंस 2017 का है ये वीडियो, और बहुत ज़्यादा अमेजिंग है. तुम ध्यान से देखना इस वीडियो को.
Good morning, Maverick. Morning, buddy. Hi, young doggy. How you feeling, puppy? That's a good boy. Kong, don't try this at home, buddy. Yup. Yeah.
2017 year in review.
Are you okay? No, that hurt, bro. Okay, hey, yo, good morning, Low Gang. What's poppin'? Oh, man, the 2017 year in review video, where do I begin? I guess I could start with this. At 22 years old, I bought my first house for $6.5 million and moved my 2 boys in with me. What's up? Hey! But I wasn't quite satisfied, so I had a koi pond put in. Painted the walls of the guest house. Bought a giant truck known as the Yeti. Bought a school bus and then turned it into a cool bus.
बहुत amazing video यार.
Installed a home theater system. Blah, blah, blah. More material objects. Guys, the point is I bought a lot of things, including this Rolex. Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, 2017 was the year of Logan Paul. This was my rocket fuel year. Hi, how you doing? This was the year that the 2 first names, Logan and Paul, became a household name. Now, before you make your judgments, let me stop you guys. The legend Muhammad Ali once said, it's not bragging, if you can back it up. Wow. Your boy put a dent in the universe this year. Let's start with number 1, internet domination. Low Gang, we became the fastest channel to hit 10 million subscribers in the history of YouTube ever! It took us 333 days and I got my diamond plaque, which is pretty cool. But the plaque was only a small representation of how strong the Low Gang truly is. I realized our true power after we made history by shutting down the Dubai Mall with the biggest meet and greet in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that. next level, guys. 2.8 billion views on YouTube this year. Even old people know who I am. I also continue to break down the barriers of traditional Hollywood as internet star turned actor. I played a character that's even chottier than me named Mickey Bowen in a movie called Valley Girl. This will be my first movie going into theaters. It's coming out next year, June 29th, by the way, so save the date. But yeah, it was produced by MGM. It's that lion that roars. Yeah, that's the one. I also did a movie called The Thinning 2. It'll come out next year around the same time on YouTube Red, so save that date too. And then also did a second season of my show, Logan Paul Versus. I went on an episode of Top Chef. I did a demolition derby. I wrestled an alligator. I dressed up as an old person for the day and went to a retirement home.
Oh yeah.
I hitchhiked from Canada to Mexico. And I was the mayor of a small town in Louisiana for a weekend. And lastly, let's not forget about my movie Airplane Mode, starring your favorite social media stars, coming to YouTube Red this January. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you that, but oopsie. So that's cute, that's poo-poo. But the biggest game changer for me, the thing that helped me build all of this, was when I started the hottest clothing line on the market, Maverick by Logan Paul. We had our first Maverick pop-up shop in New York, and we shut down Soho for 3 days straight. It was insane seeing everyone joining the revolution and following the brand. Literally, we cost New York City police $250,000 because the planning wasn't the best. That's my bad, New York. Oh, I also took my shirt off. What's new? But it's funny because the second pop-up store was actually on a first-class flight to Dubai.
We hit the stage, we ready to rage, we thunder up. Stay in your place, we get in your face and thunder up. We hit the stage, we ready to rage, we thunder up.
And just a little forewarning, I don't think I'm allowed to fly on that airline again. Throw me off the plane. But it's all good, because that was fire, baby.
Yeah.
Wow, life is amazing. Guys, I've learned a lot this year, too. And I think even though I'm a young chotch, everyone can take a piece of wisdom with them from my experiences, because I've done a lot of Guys, I believe that life is all about a mindset. It's about perspective, or how you look at things. For example, check this out. Hey. So for me, guys, the grind is real. Like, I'm barely sleeping, but I found what it is that I love, so I started saying, I don't work, but I work hard. Maybe start thinking like this. I don't have to go to work, I get to go to work, right? I don't have to go to school, I get to go to school. I get to learn, think, grow better, because not everyone has that luxury. Needless to say, 2017 was absolutely crazy. But let's go rapid fire for a second, because here are some things I left out. I shipped my roommate Evan to Paris in a bag. I crashed France's first ever Saturday Night Live. I hung out with The Rock again. I faked my death and then got kicked out of my apartment for that. But then I moved and then also got kicked out of that apartment too. I officiated a wedding. I filled my brother's pool with slime, presented a Billboard Music Award, filled my bus with balls, caught a homeless guy trying to steal my bus, and touched reptiles with my mom. Yeah, so I also had the Secret Service arrest my brother Jake. Back my dad off. I also made a diss track against my brother that got 200 million total views after I released the second verse. I act in movies that your fans watch with their babysitter. But that's only because he made a diss track against me. The Logan is He didn't mean that. We both ended up apologizing, but we did perform the second verse live. Twice. Like I said though, guys, we made up with each other. Like, I actually love the kid. Jake, I love you. I love you, my bro. Side note, don't use us as examples when it comes to how to handle your family. That's beef that should have stayed offline, but we're both stubborn and our egos are too big. Okay. I met a boy band named Why Don't We? I adopted them as my little brothers, then directed a music video of theirs that got 30 million views, then made a song with them that got 169 million views that you may have heard.
Help me help you. Girl, what you tryna do? Cause I don't got a clue. No, I ain't no Scooby-Doo. Help you.
Girl, what you trying to do? Guys, I also made a song with Designer. I flew a fan to Los Angeles to make a music video with him. I won 2 Teen Choice Awards, and then flew to Tennessee to watch the solar eclipse. Then I made it on Jimmy Kimmel, and then I broke a Maverick Bugatti. Yes, I broke that, and then I went to the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. Hey. I'm almost done. Okay, I got a dog named Kong. I got tackled at VidCon, vacationed in Hawaii, got paparazzi'd on the beach in Hawaii. That wasn't cool, by the way. I gave a little gangster a tattoo, bought my roommate Evan a Rolex, then bought him diamond grills, bought myself diamond grills, got crazy at Burning Man, flew to Italy to surprise my brother, got arrested by Italian police, bought the biggest pumpkin in California, dropped it, used a crane to take a ride down my new street, dropped 3,000 pounds of dry ice into my pool, made 40,000 tons of snow in my front yard, surfed down the street on a Christmas tree, put 1 million Christmas lights on my cool bus. And if there's one thing I've learned, they say life is short, right? But this year I realized life
is not short.
You just gotta do more.
That's it for this particular video, bro. इतना ही था इस वीडियो में और आगे तो बस ये सब करता है बट जो भी था ना बहुत ज़्यादा अमेजिंग था एंड आई रियली लाइक्ड इट व्हाट दिस पर्सन डिड एंड if you would ask me, yeah, it's really simple to become successful. Just you need to be consistent for that particular work which you are doing, and if you do that, I'm pretty sure there is no other way, or there is no freaking way that you will lose in your life. I'm not sure that how you guys are going to win in your life, like if you would ask me, but I can guarantee you, if you show up every day and if you work hard, like really hard, like really hard, I'm pretty sure there will be one day which will come in your life, and you will enjoy that particular day, and you will realize all the hard work that I have put in, it is actually amazing, because at the end of the day, the thing that I want, I already got that, and this is what all I need.
₹1 की थाली हो या 100 रुपए का बुफे, क्या सस्ता खाना
you just need to make sure in your life that you are doing all the things that you want, and please make sure that don't you ever give up in your life, no matter what is going on in your life. Just don't give up and learn new things every day and realize what you can do, because sky is the limit and you have to touch the sky. If not, at least go to the clouds as well. That is a great journey as well, because for now, like I'm stopping this particular stream. We will meet you soon tomorrow. I'll try to make a longer stream for tomorrow around like 1 hour, but for that, like I have to wake up like really early so that you guys can have a good stream. As of for now, bye bye, take care, have a great day, and Jai Mata Di, bye bye.